So coming around and doing the kitchen, we've got a little bit of roadworks on our neighbourhood at the moment, so it's a little bit of background noise. But really, the kitchen's pretty self-explanatory. Again, I've used this for a few weeks, and certainly it gets the job done. You've got your 12-volt fridge here, which has the ability to kind of run completely off solar. You've got your microwave, which will only work when you're hooked up to shore power, and then of course you've got your gas burner here. Your tap, of course, hot and cold water from the Audi, and then you've got your storage here, and of course you've got some great speakers, which means that you can listen to music while you're cooking up a feast, and that links to the Jensen system inside, so you can just use it from your phone. Little addition here obviously is the knife block, this backsplash. So previously the material was this material here, which we didn't like very much because, you know, it takes a lot of stains, you've lots of oil if you're cooking something a little bit fatty, and so the majority of Nucamp owners, if you join the Nucamp group, you know, have put in a backslash like this, and it really looks like it's part of the package, as it were. I'm happy to say me and the missus spent quite a few hours making sure it was really nicely aligned over the kind of electricity panels there. Pretty much really that's it. A few other additions is we've just added a kitchen roll holder there, and there's a kind of light up here, but pretty much that's the kitchen. Yeah. So coming around to the side, we have the Nautilus system. Now the Nautilus system is essentially one of the big improvements from older models. And it allows you to set it up for dry camping. It allows you to power fill the tank from a shore system, or just loop it through to city water. One of the things I've loved about this is the ability to siphon. So if you set it to the winterized mode, you can siphon from a big container into the main tank. So as an example, if you're completely off grid and you have a big sort of water bladder, or you have some big 5-gallon bottles, which I've got actually attached to the front so I can show you what I use, you can fill those up, you know, just at a municipal sort of water filling area, or you could, let's say, sanitize even from a river, and then you can just push it into the tank. And because it has an inbuilt pump, this Nautilus system allows you to pull from a bottle into the main 20-gallon tank, which has been frankly fantastic, because previously in the older models there was a little sort of cap on the side that you had to very gently put water into, and it was an absolute nightmare. Well, this way certainly you could be completely off grid for 2-3 weeks, just pushing water in that way through the Nautilus system. So that's really good. You do of course have your grey water exit here, and the grey water is pretty much just your washing up and shower water. So if you are completely off grid, of course, and you're using biodegradable products, you could either put those through to a separate grey water container, or dump them obviously in a facility. So that's pretty fantastic there. One of the great things about this is that you can essentially run air conditioning and a hot water heater purely from your household 120 volt outlet plug, which of course you can't do with larger vehicles. So I have a WEN 2000 watt generator, and this does absolutely fine either powering the air conditioning or the hot water heater. Wouldn't be able to use both at the same time, but of course you can use the hot water heater with gas, and just have the air conditioning through the generator, and of course charge all your devices and watch TV, etc. So again, this is one of the really fantastic things about this, is that it's very low intake in terms of power usage, and it can be done from a really quiet generator. So I've been doing that, and I've absolutely loved it. And then finally, of course, save the best till last, which is the cassette toilet, and that's the cassette there. The cassette pretty much is, I would say you get probably 5-6 days of usage, unless there was a couple of you, maybe a little bit less, and it just allows you to obviously have your black tanks able to kind of transport and pull out. So if you need to dump them in a kind of facility, or in a cesspit or a tank or whatever, you can do that. But that's one of the main advantages of this model over some of the old previous models, where the black tank was actually built into the RV. And that's pretty much it. Over here we've got lots of storage. These are the tanks, these are the bottles I generally use if I want to take a little bit of extra water with me. I've got a flagpole here, and the flagpole is actually for a Starlink, so it allows me to be off grid and do some remote work if I'd like to. Just pretty much attaches to the main frame down here. I generally store my generator at the front, any additional sort of stuff down here. Inside here I've just got a gas tank and the battery, and that's really pretty much it in the grand scheme of things. I'm happy to answer any questions. I've absolutely loved this. If I wasn't moving to New York, I would not be selling it. So get yourself a deal, save 7 or 8 grand on the asking price, and of course there's I believe about 7 or 8 months worth of dealer warranty still included in this, and then on top of that you are applicable to apply, I believe, for the manufacturer's warranty, which I think is either 5 or 7 years extended. I can't remember the exact price of it, but Nucamp will give you a kind of full construction warranty off the back of the dealer warranty, which is really great. One last thing I completely forgot to mention is the solar panel on the top, and the solar panel allows you to recharge the battery during the day. I believe it's about 150 watts. Full specs can be found online, and I actually even have another external solar panel that allows me to kind of make sure I get even more charge if, for instance, I'm running like something like the Starlink off the 12-volt system with an inverter. So something to think about there. But really fantastic camper, absolutely loved it. Please let me know any questions.